And to be able to get to that point, I think it's already sort of somewhat in some way it's proven that there are people out there that wants this. Granted that they are within our community, we haven't really opened up the channels and really advertise this as much as we think we can. But right now it's just going through the close friends and community channels, and and getting some positive response from it. But I think the acceptance of looking investing into something that is unique, that is different. I think it's starting, in my opinion, it's starting to be it's starting to make sense to Vietnamese. The idea is starting to make sense. It didn't make sense before. Vietnamese, I think in the past, myself included, I mean, coming here, you like things that you like things that are just you're used to. If you pick up something and it's different, you're like, how does this work? So that confusion, and that without expecting, like, or what if it does this kind of thing? So but if you don't have that mindset, you're just like, I don't know how to work this thing, or I don't know what is this thing. Then people are turned off by that. But I think right now, in this sort of this time, I think the Vietnamese people are starting to understand and appreciate more interesting and quality type of brands and products. As a consumer, a lot of Vietnamese who have disposable income are traveling and shopping outside Vietnam and all over, and buying brand names. You have generation, or you have people that buy the fake brands, obviously, but the one that has income or that are professional and that are working, they're not buying fake brands, they're buying the real stuff. And I always have this joke with my designers, like, my staff have a better phone than I do. I have a Samsung 22. It's like 4 years old, 3 years old, something like that. And everybody, my staff has brand new iPhones. It's like costs twice as much as my phone, and they appreciate that, they appreciate the quality. And we saw that as something that's sort of starting to change. And we said, bring in a premium product that focus on design and, the technology, the technical aspect of it. I think it would be the right time. And let's see if that works out.
We spoke before, and you mentioned that this is a completely different category of product. And can you give the listeners some background on that? Because I remember you saying that you had spent quite a bit of money for the paperwork, the licensing, and because again, you're selling a new category of product in Vietnam.
Yeah, it's a new segment in Vietnam that they don't really have. I mean, a motorcycle. So they have different levels of in gasoline motorcycles. There's this. It's calculated by cc. A cubic cylinder engine, right? So then the number of cc is categorized, the level of the motorcycle. The faster it goes, the bigger the engine, and so forth. But in electric motorcycles, you don't have that. You have battery. So we measure by kilowatt hour, the size of the battery, and how the motor responds to that battery. How it uses that battery, and then how efficient it is to use the input of the battery, the power of the battery. So it doesn't, it's a completely different criteria. So Vietnam, they don't really have that yet.